Chapter 15 of The Science of Being Great by Wallace D. Wattles. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Action abroad. The rules that apply to your action at home must apply to your action everywhere. Never forget for an instant that this is a perfect world and that you are a god among gods. You are as great as the greatest, but all are your equals. Rely absolutely on your perception of truth. Trust to the inner light rather than to reason, but be sure that your perception comes from the inner light. Act in poise and calmness. Be still and attend on God. Your identification of yourself with the All-Mind will give you all the knowledge you need for guidance in any contingency that may arise in your own life or in the lives of the others. It is only necessary that you should be supremely calm and rely upon the eternal wisdom that is within you. If you act in poise and faith, your judgment will always be right, and you will always know exactly what to do. Do not hurry or worry. Remember Lincoln in the dark days of the war. James Freeman Clarke relates that after the Battle of Fredericksburg, Lincoln alone furnished a supply of faith and hope for the nation. Hundreds of leading men from all parts of the country went sadly into his room and came out cheerful and hopeful. They had stood face to face with the highest, and had seen God in this lank, ungainly, patient man, although they knew it not. Have perfect faith in yourself and in your own ability to cope with any combination of circumstances that may arise. Do not be disturbed if you are alone. If you need friends, they will be brought to you at the right time. Do not be disturbed if you feel that you are ignorant. The information that you need will be furnished to you when it is time for you to have it. That which is in you impelling you forward is in the things and people you meet, impelling them toward you. If there is a particular man you need to know, he will be introduced to you. If there is a particular book you need to read, it will be placed in your hands at the right time. All the knowledge you need is coming to you from both external and internal sources. Your information and your talents will always be equal to the requirements of the occasion. Remember that Jesus told his disciples not to worry as to what they should say when brought before the judges. He knew that the power in them would be sufficient for the needs of the hour. As soon as you awaken and begin to use your faculties in a great way, you will apply power to the development of your brain. New cells will be created, and dormant cells quickened into activity, and your brain will be qualified as a perfect instrument for your mind. Do not try to do great things until you are ready to go about them in a great way. If you undertake to deal with great matters in a small way,
of the science
that
of
is,
being
from
great,
a low viewpoint,
by Wallace D.
or with
Wattles.
incomplete consecration and wavering faith and courage, you will fail. Do not be in a hurry to get to the great things. The rules that apply to your action will not make you great, must apply to your action everywhere. Will certainly lead you to
Never
the doing
forget
of
for
great
an
things.
instant
That this is a perfect
Begin to be
world,
great where you
and
are,
that you are a
and
god
in the
among
things
gods.
you do
every day. You are as
Do not
great
be
as
in
the
haste
greatest,
to be found
but
out
all
or
are
recognized
recognized
as
as a great personality.
Rely
Do not be
absolutely on your
disappointed
perception
if
of
men do
truth.
not nominate you for
Trust to
office
the
within
inner
a month
light
after
rather
you
than
begin
to
to
reason,
practice what you
but
read
be
in
sure
this
that your
book.
perception comes from
Great
the inner
people
light.
never seek for
Act
recognition
in
or
poise and
applause.
calmness.
They are
Be
not
still
great
and
because they
attend
want to
on
be
God.
paid for being so.
Your identification of
Greatness is
yourself with the
rewarding enough for
All-Mind
itself.
will give you
The
all
joy
the
of
knowledge
being
you need
something
for
and of
guidance in
knowing
any
that you are
contingency
advancing is the
that may
greatest of
arise in
all
your
joys
own life
possible to
or in the
man.
lives of the others.
If you begin in your
It
own
is only
family,
necessary that
as
you should be
described in the
supremely
preceding
calm
chapter,
and rely upon
and then
the
assume
eternal
the same
wisdom
mental
that is
attitude
within
with your
you.
neighbors, friends,
If you act
and
in
those
poise
you
and
meet in
faith,
business,
your
you will
judgment
soon
will always
find that
be
people
right,
are beginning
and
to
you will
depend on
always
you.
know exactly
Your
what to
advice
do.
will be sought,
Do not
and a
hurry or
constantly
worry.
increasing number
Remember
of people
Lincoln
will look
in
to
the
you
dark
for
days of
strength
the war.
and inspiration,
James
and
Freeman
rely upon
Clarke
your
relates
judgment. That after
Here,
the Battle
as
of
in the
Fredericksburg,
home,
you must avoid
Lincoln
meddling with other
alone
people's
furnished a
affairs.
supply of faith and
Help
hope
all
for the
who come to
nation.
you, but do not
Hundreds
go
of
about
leading
officiously
men
endeavoring
from all
to set
parts
other
of the
people
country
right.
went
Mind
sadly
your own
into
business.
his room
And came out
It is no
cheerful
part of
and
your mission
hopeful.
in life to correct people's
They had
morals,
stood
habits,
face
or
to
practices.
face with the highest,
Lead a
and had
great
seen
life,
God in this
doing all
lank,
things with a great
ungainly
spirit
spirit
and in a
man,
great way,
although they knew it
Give
not.
to him that asks of you,
Have perfect
as
faith
freely
in
as you have
yourself and in
received,
your own ability,
but do not
to
force
cope with
your
any
help or
combination
your
of
opinions upon any
circumstances
man.
that may arise.
If your neighbor wishes
Do not
to
be
smoke or
disturbed
drink,
if you are alone.
it is his business.
If you need friends,
It is
they
none
will
of
be
yours
brought
until
to
he
you at the right
consults you
time.
about it. Do not be
If you
disturbed
lead a
if you
great
feel
life
that you
and
are
do no
ignorant.
preaching, the
You will
information
save
that you
1,000
need will
times
be
as many
furnished you
souls as one
when
who
it is
leads a
time for
small
you to
life
have
and
it.
preaches continuously.
That which is in you impelling you
If you hold
forward
the right
is in the
viewpoint of the
things and
world,
people you need,
others will find it
impelling them
out
toward
and
you.
be impressed by it.
If there
through
is a
your daily
particular man you need
conversation
to
and
know,
practice,
he will be
do not
introduced
try
to
to
you.
convert others to
If
your
there is
point
a
of
particular
view,
book you need
except
to
by
read,
holding it
it
and
will be
living
placed in your
accordingly.
hands at the right time.
If your consecration is perfect,
all the knowledge
you
you
do not
need
need to
is
tell
coming
anyone.
to you from both
It will
external
speedily
and
become
internal
apparent to
sources.
all that you are
Your
guided by a
information
higher
and your
principle
talents will
than the
always
average
be
man or
equal to the
woman.
requirements of the occasion.
If your identification with God
Remember
is complete,
that Jesus
you do
told
not
his
need to
disciples
explain the
not
fact
to
to
worry
others.
as to what they should
It will
say
become
when brought before the
self-evident.
judges. He
To
knew
become
that the
known as a
power in
great
them would be
personality,
sufficient for the
you
needs
have
of
nothing
the
to do
hour.
but to live.
As
Do
soon
not
as you
imagine
awaken
that you
and
must go
begin to
charging
use your
about the world
faculties
like
in a
Don
great
Quixote,
way,
you
tilting
will
at
apply power
windmills
to the
and
development
overturning
of your
things
brain.
in general,
New
in
cells
order
will
to
be
demonstrate
created,
that you
and
are
dormant
somebody.
cells quickened into
Do not
activity.
go hunting for big
And
things
your
to
brain
do.
will be qualified
Live
as
a
a
great
perfect
life where you
instrument for
are,
your mind.
and in the daily work you
Do
have
not try to do great
and
things
greater works
until you
will
are ready
surely
to go
find you
about them
out.
in a great way.
Big things will come
If
to
you
you,
undertake to
asking
deal
to
with
be
great
done.
matters in a small way,
Be so
that
impressed
is,
with
from
the
a
value
low
of a man
viewpoint,
that you
or with
treat even a
incomplete
beggar or the tramp
consideration and
with the
wavering
most
faith and
distinguished
courage,
consideration.
you will fail.
All is God.
Do not be in a hurry
Every
to
man
get
and
to
woman
great
is
things.
perfect.
Let
Doing
your
great
manner be
things
that
will not
of a
make
god
you great,
addressing other
but
gods.
becoming great will
Do not
certainly
save all
lead
your
you to the doing
consideration
of
for
great
the
things.
poor.
The millionaire
Begin to
is
be
as
great
good
where
as
you
the
are.
tramp, and in the things
This
you
is
do
a
every
perfectly
day.
good world.
Do
And
not
there
be
is
in
not a
haste to
person
be
or
found
thing
in
in
it
it or
or recognized
recognized
as
a
a great
right.
personality.
Be sure that you keep
Do
this
not be
in mind in
disappointed
dealing
if
with
men do
things
not
and men.
nominate you for office with an
Form your
amount
mental
after you
vision
begin
of your
to
self with
practice
care.
what you read in this
Make
book.
the thought form of yourself
Great
as you
people
wish
never
to be,
seek for
and
recognition
hold
or
this with the
applause.
faith that it is being
They are
realized,
not great because they
and
want
with
to
the
be
purpose
paid
to
for
realize
being
it
so.
completely.
Greatness
Do
is
every
reward
common
enough
act
for
as a god
itself.
should do it.
The joy of being
Speak every
something
word
and
as
of
a god
knowing
should
that you are
speak it.
advancing is
Meet
the
men and
greatest of
women
all
of
joys,
both
low
possible
and
to
high
man.
estate, as a god meets
If
other
you begin in
divine
your own
beings.
family, as
Begin
described
thus
in the
and
preceding
continue
chapter,
thus, and then
and your
assume the same
unfolding in
mentality
ability
and
with your
power
neighbors,
will be great
friends,
and rapid.
and those you meet in business.
You will soon find
End
that
of
people
chapter
are beginning
15.
to depend on you.
Your advice will be sought, and a constantly increasing number of people will look to you for strength and inspiration, and rely upon your judgment. Here, as in the home, you must avoid meddling with other people's affairs. Help all who come to you, but do not go about officiously endeavoring to set other people right. Mind your own business. It is no part of your mission in life to correct people's morals, habits, or practices. Lead a great life, doing all things with a great spirit and in a great way. Give to him that asks of you as freely as you have received, but do not force your help or your opinions upon any man. If your neighbor wishes to smoke or drink, it is his business. It is none of yours until he consults you about it. If you lead a great life and do no preaching, you will save 1,000 times as many souls as one who leads a small life and preaches continuously. If you hold the right viewpoint of the world, others will find it out, and be impressed by it through your daily conversation and practice. Do not try to convert others to your point of view, except by holding it and living accordingly. If your consecration is perfect, you do not need to tell anyone. It will speedily become apparent to all that you are guided by a higher principle than the average man or woman. If your identification with God is complete, you do not need to explain the fact to others. It will become self-evident. To become known as a great personality, you have nothing to do but to live. Do not imagine that you must go charging about the world like Don Quixote, tilting at windmills, and overturning things in general, in order to demonstrate that you are somebody. Do not go hunting for big things to do. Live a great life where you are, and in the daily work you have to do, and greater works will surely find you out. Big things will come to you, asking to be done. Be so impressed with the value of a man that you treat even a beggar or the tramp with the most distinguished consideration. All is God. Every man and woman is perfect. Let your manner be that of a god addressing other gods. Do not save all your consideration for the poor. The millionaire is as good as the tramp. This is a perfectly good world, and there is not a person or thing in it but is exactly right. Be sure that you keep this in mind in dealing with things and men. Form your mental vision of yourself with care. Make the thought form of yourself as you wish to be, and hold this with the faith that it is being realized, and with the purpose to realize it completely. Do every common act as a god should do it. Speak every word as a god should speak it. Meet men and women of both low and high estate as a God meets other divine beings. Begin thus and continue thus, and your unfolding in ability and power will be great and rapid. CHAPTER XVI.